Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. If you are new to the show, let me introduce my guest. He is a husband, a father, the man behind the Apollon Nutrition franchise, a Muay Thai fighter. I'm not going to say retired because I still think you have one more in you. And this just in, Man of the Year for Mad Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Samborsky.
Hey guys. Hey Sean, thank you for having me again.
It's always good to see you. And I just saw you 2 weeks ago, but it's good to see you again, my friend.
Thank you likewise. Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you so much.
So before we get into the actual podcast, we've got to do a little quick sell here. Anarchy Labs, we just announced it today. If you buy a Katana, you get a free Senshi on the website. Katana is their thermogenic fat burner, and Senshi is their non-stim pump product. You can combine them together. Okay, if you want a little bit extra, or Senshi for myself, I use it with the Pineapple Enigma, which is their EAA for Intra. But again, check out the website, anarchylabs.com, and of course, apollonnutrition.com. Sale out of the way. Let's move on.
That's dope.
So let's quickly recap the Apollon seminar. I was impressed, my friend. I'll be honest with you. I thought charging a fee might see a little bit of dip in attendance. But from what you tell me, attendance was the highest it's been, right?
Second highest. The highest was still with Ronnie Coleman, but this one was very, very, very close. So, but in all honesty, we planned the one with Ronnie for about 8 or 9 months. This one was literally planned in about 3 months. We were not even sure if we are going to do it in the first place. We were going back and forth with the schedules, with everything, with the craziness going on. So we were not sure if we're going to do it. Finally, we pulled the trigger about 3 months ago. Kind of everything fell into place and it worked out better than we expected.
So I never asked you, outside the Apollon athletes, how do you go about choosing the guests? I think you ever told me.
You know what? The thing is that initially it was only for Apollon Nutrition athletes, and we started off very, very small. I told you, like in a little corner of the gym while the gym was operating at the time. I think we did it for about 2 years, and then I think we started adding a little bit more. I think I might be wrong, but I think Cicerino joined us, and he's a good friend who lives 20, 30 minutes away from Apollon Gym. So
Yep.
when I offered him to come, he agreed, and I was like, okay, he's not exactly an Apollon athlete, but it's Apollon All Star Seminar. I realized that it doesn't say Apollon Nutrition. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
tell people, please do not say Apollon Nutrition because it's a little bit misleading, and I don't want to take advantage of anyone. I'm not that type of person. So it's Apollon Gym All Star Seminar, but just Apollon Gym All Star is just too much. So it's Apollon All Star Seminar. And then we realized, you know what, it doesn't have to be necessarily only Apollon athletes. Plus, let's be honest, athletes usually have a contract for a year or two or three. Things not always work out, they leave or we ask them to leave. Things happen. I mean, it's in industry, it's normal. And but why can't you invite people that are, representing even other brands? And I never once told anyone not to wear a T-shirt from a brand that they represent. You have
Sure.
to be respectful, and it kind of nobody ever had a problem with that. And we started adding people, athletes from different industries, athletes from different sports, which kind of mixed it up very, very nicely. Of course, Corey Anderson was the main reason behind it since he's an MMA fighter. And then, we invited Shane, I think, and Review Brothers were part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That because I am obviously connected to the supplement industry, so it's a nice mix of friends, people from different industries, and not necessarily stars, maybe like athletic stars, but they stars within the business or the industry that they handle, that they do. And I think that that's what makes it very, very special, that everybody gets a little bit of something. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that kind of turned into a rather successful event now.
What did we have? Like 12, 14? How many do we have on the panel?
Today, this time around, actually was one of the smallest panels in the last 5 or 6 years. We had about 12 or 14, but usually it's about 20, but it's a little bit much. I would actually like to limit it to about 8 to 10. I think
Okay.
that makes it a much better number. But again, I'm not going to fixate on the number itself since, if somebody that I respect is willing to come or or throws his head into the into the ring, I will be more than happy to invite him to attend. So I'm not fixating on a number, but our magic number should be probably around 8, 10 to maybe 14, 15.
Okay, so this year, this is the second event I've been to. Is this the first time you had somebody guest pose?
No, no,
No.
we
Okay.
actually no, we actually had few times just like basically like a little pose down where we had actually 3 to 4 to even maybe 5 athletes that were willing to take their shirts off. And I'm never invasive when it comes to it. I mean, obviously Akeem
Yeah.
is in great shape right now because he was a week after the Olympia. I kind of politely suggested. He decided not to, and I respected his wish, and that's it. I mean, it's not a pose down event or a physique show. And even Kirill, that was not planned, to be honest. That was like literally last minute,
Oh
where he
wow.
said he would like to do it. He whispered in my ear before the seminar. I think he told Carolina, and I said, "Sure, why not? I mean, it's funny, it's entertaining. Let's do it."
And he looks like $1,000,000. I mean, he was only a week and a half out, but he always seems like he's lean. Even off season, he carries good
Yeah,
lean weight.
he's usually in good shape. I mean, I'll give him that. He's always like ready to go. So I think he's always like within striking distance from being in contest shape.
And a shameless plug: if anybody wants to watch the full event, it's on the Apollon YouTube channel. The audio does go up and down, but all in all, I think it was a pretty good event.
And speaking of that, Sean, I want to personally, publicly thank you for being involved and for doing what you did. That was very, very nice of you. Everybody, admires you for what you've done. I mean, you came on your own time. Obviously you're a family man, and you came and you helped us out so much, even the day before the seminar. And I truly appreciate your friendship. So thank you very much for helping us out.
You're always, brother. My wife even said go, regardless. It wasn't even a question. My wife said, "ROBIK, go, no questions asked."
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And then you had one question here, and people watch it on the website if you haven't seen it. Your closing statement about influencers was excellent. What was the overall feedback of the show or the event, I should say?
Well, the thing is that the subject of influencers, actually, somebody told me about it today, even. The subject of influencers came up a few times as why we don't have influencers on a panel. And I voiced my opinion about it. Like, why would I have influencers if influencers are sitting right in front of you? If you're not influenced by people that are on a panel, achievers, actual achievers, not TikTok achievers, but
Yep.
people that actually accomplish something in life, whether it's winning a trophy, whether it's winning a title, whether it's winning a belt. But it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. Some of them are dedicating the entire life to to what they do, and they don't always succeed. The competition is fierce, especially these days. And if you accomplish something in life, you deserve to be on that panel. I'm not saying that an influencer that has 1 million followers hasn't accomplished anything, because obviously he has. But it's a different type of accomplishment. And unfortunately, and I don't mean it in disrespectful way, if you're an influencer, it's very, very generational. In two,
Hmm.
3 years, you'll be lucky if those people stick with you. While everybody's going to remember that Corey Anderson won the Ultimate Fighter, everybody's going to remember that he also won the Bellator Championship and he won the PFL. And Phil Heath is in history books. And maybe Sean Ray hasn't won the title, but he is Sean Ray. He
Hmm.
is obviously a legend in the sport. So is Lee Priest. And so is Shane Smith. I mean, stacked. And I know we're going to talk about reviewers, and we're going to talk about content creators. Shane achieved something magical, and in my opinion, nobody quite reached his level or his status within the industry. So that takes a lot of hard work. That takes a lot of dedication. That takes a lot of perseverance.
Yeah.
And if you want to get anywhere in life, I think that that's exactly the people you should be looking up to. Those are the influencers. Those are people that should be that made the mark. And I don't want to invite some kid who has a bunch of 16-year-olds, even if it's 1 million of them, but 1 million of those or 2 million of those. I mean, let's be honest, they're gonna walk around, I don't know, airport or something like that. I got Phil Heath from the airport when he came. I had to wait for him because he couldn't make it to the car because he had to sign autographs and he had to post for pictures. And this is somebody who retired, and yet he's a legend, and he's going to be a legend 5 years from now, 10 years from now. that's the person that I'm influenced by, and that's the person that you should be influenced by, because that's a role model in a way. And you don't necessarily have to be a bodybuilder. It
Yep.
just, it's work ethics and dedication and what he achieved in life. That's what matters.
And we talked about it too, that it was very impressive this year because a lot of the questions from the fans were business related, building their brand. It wasn't just, how do I get big? How many hours at the gym? What should I do to lean out? I mean, there were some very well thought out questions this year.
I agree with you. It was definitely completely different from whatever we had before. I didn't expect those levels of questions because, it wasn't like how you knock people out, or how you get your biceps bigger, or whether you inject something or not. None of those questions were present really. It was really a very laid back, almost like a family event with a lot of people.
Yes, yes. So to reciprocate, I want to thank you for taking me out to dinner because I've never had a Georgian food again. And again, Georgian, is it a country? Is Georgia a country?
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, so not Georgia the state, folks. Georgia the country. Phenomenal food, very heavy cheese based. We'll be honest with that. Fantastic. And Phil came over to, so I'm going to share a little bit. Phil came over to my side of the table. He was sitting with you for a while, came over and talked with Shane and I. And I told him I was not a fan of Phil. I was brainwashed by Generation Iron. I was a Kai guy. And I told Phil that, but I said, it's so good to sit down and know you more one-on-one. And I said, now I'm a fan.
No, absolutely. I agree. I mean, I've met Phil 2 or 3 times before, but we never really interacted. This time around, we actually got to interact, and we still text each other even today. And I mean, what can I say? That's the reason why. You don't judge book by its cover, although I mean his cover is pretty nice. But
Yep.
the thing is that you can't go by what he said, she said. And you know what, he actually made a very valid point. This is a guy who's getting ready for the Olympia. This is a guy who's training very, very hard. He's focused, he's determined. And yeah, I mean, let's if you're working, say for example, in the office, right, and you have an 8-hour job, 9 to 10, I mean 8 to 9, 8 to 5 job,
Yeah.
and you're busy in the office, and I'm gonna come and bug you. I mean, you're gonna get agitated. You're gonna be definitely very pissed, and you're not gonna be the most pleasant person in the world. So what I'm gonna walk away with, I'm gonna say, well, Shawnee's a dick. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it. That's all it takes. Now, that's not gonna be just me. Phil is approached by hundreds, thousands of people all over the world. He has still has pretty much no life, no personal life. I'm pretty sure when he goes to a restaurant, people want to take pictures with him, but that's his time with his family.
Yep.
So that's very, very hard. Like I was organizing the event, and like half an hour or an hour before the event, everybody was trying to come up to me and ask something or say something or take a photo with me or something like that. I mean, I wasn't pissed or anything like that. I was flattered, but it's a lot. It's a lot to
Yeah.
deal with. It's not easy. So yeah, I mean, maybe he has a certain reputation, but I can only speak right now for my dealings with him and my interactions with him that weekend. And I honestly, there is nothing bad I can say. He's a great guy.
Yeah, yeah. So as I've gotten older, I've learned, if you have a bad interaction one time, put yourself in their shoes. Maybe like if it's a bodybuilder that a low carb day, maybe there's a death in the family. If it's multiple times that they're a dick, then I'll pass judgment.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, some random questions here, and then we'll get to the rate the reviewers. Okay, some good ones here. Any products Rob wishes he could go back in time and not release?
Vegan protein.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I think I've answered this question a few times. I think that it's definitely we have arguably one of the best vegan proteins on the market, but it's just not our cup of tea. I think we're doing phenomenal with wellness, and partially because obviously Marina is a pharmacist, so there is that hook that we have, and obviously it works. And then of course the formulas speak for themselves. When it comes to pre-workouts, we are known for Hooligan, Desperado, Assassin, and whatnot, Bare Knuckle. Our proteins gained a lot of popularity in the last 2 or 3 years. But vegan protein is just not our market, and I think I made a mistake with that one. Not that we didn't sell it, we are still selling it, but the success rate is nowhere near where the rest of our products are. So
Yep.
yeah, that is something that I regret. And once we sell it out, so take advantage because we literally clearing it out. But once it's gone, it's gone.
Okay. Here's an interesting one, and So Martin Scorsese wants to make a movie of you. Who plays ROBIK and who plays Marina? And Masha's on here, so I'll say who plays Masha.
Oh, that's an easy question. I'm playing me, Marina's playing Marina, and who the fuck can replicate Masha?
No. You got to give me an actor or actress. Come on.
Um, I don't know. Like, that's a good question though. Um, I don't know. Playing me, because I'm automatically looking for somebody my age, and I look way too good for 50, so it's hard to pick somebody. Um, but
I'm thinking, what's his name that played Bane in Batman? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
I mean, there is
a
a,
little bit
I
of
guess there is
edginess.
a, I mean, I'm flattered. He's one of my favorite actors. But you know what? I'm going to go with you. That would be very, very flattering for sure. Um, Masha, well, after everything that Masha is Masha. That's very, very unique personality. But it has to be somebody uninhibited. So since she did Sharon Stone, I would say Sharon Stone about 20, 30 years ago.
Okay.
You know, and Marina is she's very intelligent, but she has that fun part about her that not many get to see, although they saw it with the video that she did again with Masha. So I think it's somebody who has both the comedy and dramatic aspect when it comes to their persona, and not many actresses can pull that off. I mean, somebody like Marina's going to kill me for this, but somebody like Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Meryl Streep probably would be good, although she's old as fuck, but she is multidimensional, so that would be a good pick.
Yeah, she turns anything to gold. That's a good
Yeah,
one. I can
so
see that.
and
Okay.
and and, and that has to be somebody who can do both Jekyll and Hyde. So that would be my pick probably.
All right. So we'll go Meryl Streep 20 years ago, and
Meryl
for Masha,
Streep,
Sharon
yeah,
Stone's 30 years ago.
yeah.
Okay. Masha, if you're on here, comment. Do you agree or disagree? Okay, this is another interesting one. 5 guys in a bar want to fight ROBIK. What 4 fighters, boxers, MMA, Muay Thai people would ROBIK bring to the fight?
Shit.
People getting
Whoa, these
good.
questions are hard. Fuck. I mean, I have to say Corey Anderson because he would fucking kill me if I didn't say it. So he's gonna probably take at least 3 or 4 guys down. John Jones, Fedor Emelianenko, that makes it 3. I need to have one more. So one more should be somebody who is like a serious, serious fucked up brawler. Shogun Rua.
Okay. Okay. I always get confused. Who's the young gentleman that was on the panel that had like that 9 to 10-second knockout?
Luke Fernandez, 15-second
Yeah,
knockout. Yeah.
that was phenomenal. Oh my God. Okay. We did that. Let's see. Okay, bear with me here. Let's see.
No problem.
Okay. Regarding the health line, do you and Marina often disagree in how a problem's solved?
Um, you know what? I won't say we disagree because the thing is that I have this rule that I follow very precisely. I only state facts. If I don't know
Okay.
something is a fact, I'm not going to argue. So, if it comes to something that is health related or pharmacy related or medical related, I do believe that Marina is an expert in the field. So, I'm not going to argue with that. When it comes to supplements, more like nutraceuticals and stuff, I think that I have obviously more experience than she does.
Okay.
So she doesn't really interfere in that either. So I wouldn't say we ever clash when it comes to it.
So who starts the discussion? Do you throw out, "Hey Marina, we need a kidney product. Let's collaborate," or she throws something at you? How does that like kind of start for a product?
No, it's definitely me. It's definitely
Okay.
me because I'm the one who is a little bit more creative, so to speak.
Okay.
So I mean, obviously, even with products, with movies, with titles. So when it comes to creativity, I'm pretty good at it. And Marina doesn't really argue with me when it comes to it. She did come up with I think 2 products. Uh, Both of them are to be released in 2026. So I'm gonna
Okay.
keep quiet for now what they are. I'll share
Okay.
with you later, but that's definitely her innovation. I mean, I don't know if you can call it innovation, but it's definitely something very, very interesting that she came up with.
So wait a minute. You guys have been married 20 years. Does she not argue when she knows she's right, but she's gonna let you win?
No, she will argue with me, like on various subjects. Obviously, I mean, we do have arguments, we do have disagreements, but when it comes to the supplement industry, we might have different approaches in certain aspects. Like, my approach to maybe marketing, and I'm a little bit more daring than she is. but
Okay.
I think, I mean, I'm not. The saying opposites attract, but I don't want to say that we are opposites because we're not. I'm not a big believer in that say, but our personalities are very, very much different. Where she's a little bit more reserved, I'm a little bit more aggressive,
Okay.
but we both, and you know this about me, I'm pretty shy. I'm good with this interaction,
Yeah.
and when it comes one on one, I'm better with people that I know. If I don't
Hmm.
know somebody, I'm more like Jessica. Actually, Marina is probably a little bit more talkative and a little bit more better with interaction with strangers than I am.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I know you don't follow bodybuilding much anymore, but someone asked, do you agree with the Olympia results?
No. Um, I think it could have gone either way, and it went either way. But if I had to personally choose, I was always a conditioning guy. So for me, I would actually go with either Hadi or Andrew for the
Okay.
win. It's just because I'm big on when it comes to conditioning and symmetry. So while Andrew is a little bit more symmetrical and looks better, more eye pleasing when it comes to proportions and symmetry, Hadi's conditioning cannot be denied. And just I think that even though Derek is great, I have nothing against him. I think he's a great guy too, great bodybuilder. It's just not my cup of tea, but I could see the argument why he won, so I didn't really have a problem with it. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't follow as much as I used to because I was asked this question, why not? Because and again, this is no disrespect whatsoever, just a personal opinion. I just feel like the bodybuilders from the 80s, 90s, 2000s had a little bit more character and
Hmm.
had a little bit more aura about them, and I think they were more exciting as personalities. But also the physiques, I thought, I mean, obviously you had the so-called bubble gut and all that. I mean, that was present to a certain degree. And Synthol, I mean, obviously they had that too. It just, I thought the conditioning was better. And
Yep.
I think the wow factor was better. And I'm very big on evolution. And as you can see, even with the supplements that I do, I always believe that the next version should be better than the previous one. Otherwise, I don't see a point of releasing it.
Mm.
So I think that the same applies to everything else. I think that bodybuilding should evolve, and I don't think it evolved. I don't think it got better. As a result, I lost the interest.
So we're both almost the same age. Oh, you're in my demographic now. We'll put it that way,
Yeah.
you old fuck. Um, so who was your guy growing up? Like what physique did you like? Or physiques?
Personally, this has nothing to do with anything else. Personally, for me, it's I would still probably go with Kevin Brownie.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. This is interesting, and if she's still on here, what is Masha's status and how is it working with such an extraordinary person? And Masha, that was not sent by me.
uh, What's her status? I mean, I can say because it's a known fact that she's divorced. Other than that, I don't think I'm at liberty talking about her personal life because I mean that's the reason why it's called personal.
Sure.
So I'm gonna not comment on that, respectfully, of course. In terms of working with her, it's definitely what you see on social media. That's pretty much Masha.
I
That
can
that's who
verify
she,
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's who she is. There is a mix of certain discomfort and maybe even being a little bit sometimes socially awkward, especially in person. At the same time, there is that hunger for success and hunger to get better, which I respect tremendously. There is a little bit of the craziness, clearly. There is a little bit of zero fucks given attitude, so I think she's a great cook. She can bake, she can cook. We like her friends. We love when she cooks something because she takes a huge pleasure in cooking for people. Even today, she brought for me, for Marina, for Kay. She brought chicken and rice, but it's not just chicken and rice. It's like Masha's chicken and rice, so it's pretty obviously it's pretty good. But it's definitely she can be a little bit unpredictable, which is both good and bad.
Yep.
She's very loyal as a friend. I
Oh,
mean,
I
she's
agree.
extremely loyal. She loves Apollon unconditionally. She really cares about the brand, and it comes off, online, with her posts, with everything else. And again, you've met her in person, so you saw it. Definitely very passionate person. Um, and very sensitive at the same time. So it's like a, I would call it like a little salad or a soup with different ingredients, but but at the same time she keeps you on your toes. So it's never a boring day around her.
So she just comments, she says, I'm flattered, but I agree. Well, she's like you, Robert. If you get on your good side and we're friends for life and you'll take a bullet for me and vice versa, but cross either one of you, it's game over.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, I mean that's the reason why I was asked not often. I mean even we discussed this, and I'm sure she's okay with it. Some of the posts and photography or videos that she posts, they're definitely pushing the envelope. And I was asked a few times, like, am I okay with it? I, you know what? I mean, if you're friends with somebody, you're okay with I mean, unless they do something that hurts other people,
Yep.
something illegal, something hurtful, something um, criminal, dangerous, brainless, then in that, we all have our dark side. We all have our fantasies. We all have our hobbies. And maybe I don't agree with some of your things or you don't agree with my things, but. For example, I don't watch American football. I watch soccer
Yep.
because I grew up with that. That's my sport. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be disrespectful, when it comes to football. I live in the United States, and this is, a main sport here. Baseball, I don't even know the rules. And I never
Okay.
cared for it. I never cared for it, but I don't have to be a dick about it.
Yep.
I still have to be respectful. And if you want to watch a game and I don't, I have to support what you like. I mean, and you have to support me.
Yeah.
There was once upon a time at Apollon, I think it was a Euro Cup. And again, I was born in Europe. So Euro Cup, World Cup, that's very big for me. And I was watching Euro Cup on TV at Apollon. And one of the members came up to me and he goes to me, turn off that, what did you say, pussy sport or something like that.
Jesus.
And I literally flipped. I literally flipped. I thought it was such a disrespectful move. So, you know, when it comes to friends, when it comes to family, I don't have a lot of friends. I said it many times. I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of family members either. But the ones that I love and I care about, the ones that are care and love me, yes, I will take a bullet for them 100% without even thinking about it. So no matter what my friends do, within reason, and I think whether it's photography or videos or hobbies or entertainment or whatever they do, opera, which not really my cup of tea. I will support you. I will support you
Yeah.
100%, and I'm going to have your back, and then I'm on your side, and I will not let anyone disrespect you.
It's like I said, if you don't like Robert's content, my contact, or Maria's, just don't follow it. Get lost.
Exactly. That's it.
Case closed. I look for Maria. I look forward to your morning coffee and your morning steaks. We'll leave it at that. Speaking of, is her French apple tart coming back?
I think so. I think so. That was such a popular flavor, and we've been asked so many times. I think she actually recorded a video about it a few days ago. Um, but we definitely collaborated on another flavor with Masha that is coming pretty soon, and it's a collaboration with a twist. Um, but French apple tart was such unpredictable and unexpected success that I mean it's business after all. So yeah, we definitely have to bring it back. It just our schedule of releases was so jam packed this year, there
Yep.
was just no time. But I'm pretty sure in 2026 it should make it a comeback, because again it's very popular.
You might want to have to make the Masha line, the 50-50 Masha line.
i'm I'm all for it.
Her head's getting bigger as she's watching this.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Um, any brands impressing you this year aside from obviously your own?
No,
Okay.
I mean I'm just being honest. I mean, listen, there is always a brand or two or three or 10 that will have some kind of a cool release. I mean, that's, whether it's a flavor or a formula or something like that. But the wow factor, I haven't witnessed from anyone something that is like, holy shit, this is cool thing. A little creativity, a little risk, a little bit, outside the box. I haven't seen from anyone, and I'm just being honest about it. Nobody impressed me.
Yeah. I know it is kind of been a light year for a lot of brands.
But again, with economy, with political climate and everything else, it is kind of understandable. That's I'm giving them an excuse.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, and not to brag, but look at Apollon.
That was one of the questions of has the political climate affected you? Because I know obviously a lot of the raws come internationally. Is the tariffs and everything hitting like supplement brands like yourself hard?
You know what? To an extent, yes. I
Okay.
mean, but this is not going to be a political attack or anything like that. It's more of a personal attack on ingredient companies without naming them. But there's a certain company that I even sort of almost completely stopped working with because they clearly took an advantage on it.
Okay.
Completely took advantage of the situation where they hiked up the prices more than than a percentage that was supposed to. Um, has it affected? I think it affected everybody to an extent, but I don't think the prices are like that bad. When it comes to protein, that has nothing to do with tariffs. That has to do mostly with domestic. So the prices of
Yeah.
ice are absolutely through the roof. It's insane, but it's not really related to politics so much as the supply and demand, or demand and supply in this case.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, they take advantage of the situation. So as a result, the prices have been increased. But the thing is that I think everybody got affected to an extent this year, us included. So far, I actually was fearing worse. It's manageable.
Okay.
It's not fantastic. It's not great, but it's definitely manageable.
I feel like when I talk with you and other brands, that I feel like the protein is the one staple that just keeps going up. I don't know if it's ever going to
Yeah.
level off or come back down again.
You know what? Typically speaking, when something goes up, it stays up.
Yeah.
Typically. In this case, I mean, we can hope that it's gonna kind of like level off because I mean, when the prices are this crazy, obviously people are going to buy less. Obviously people are going to resort to other things, and they're going to look for alternatives. So if your prices are outrageous that I cannot afford to buy whatever you're selling, I'm going to turn to something. There is always an alternative. So you're going to suffer, so you will be forced to drop your prices. So I think that maybe the prices will drop. I just don't think they're going to go back to what we used to.
I know, but then you go towards the uneducated. I mean, it's nicely the uneducated person that will see a 50/50 for $54 or whatever the price is nowadays, and go to Walmart and see, oh, 29.99 6 star, and again not understand the differences, and it sucks.
Well, this it has a lot to do with, again, lack of education, lack of research, and I know we're gonna get to the juicy part that everybody's waiting for. The review channels who are fucking spitting lies and not pointing out to the obvious, not educating the consumer. So yes, as a result, I mean, just yesterday I had a comparison between psychotic pre-workout to hooligan.
Oh
I'm like,
Jesus.
you serious? I mean, a 4 grams proprietary blend you comparing to 40 gram serving of a fully dosed, fully loaded, jam packed with the best ingredients product. I mean, but again, it's lack of education, and
Yeah.
because some of the reviewers will take something like psychotic and they're gonna go like, "Well, this shit slaps." Well, yeah, it does slap because it has what, caffeine in it, a lot of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what else? Is it a performance pre-workout? It's not, So just tell the truth.
That's why I feel that we're getting educated more with all the social media or just Google and the internet, but I also feel like the uneducated is coming up just as quick.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that
100%.
makes
They
sense.
parallel. I mean, on one hand, you have corrupted reviewers, and you have influencers that are clueless, but they're getting paid. On
Yep.
the other hand, you have us who are knowledgeable, but although we cannot control the influencers and the review channels, but we should expose them. We should
Yeah.
expose them for what they do. And that's on one hand. On the other hand, we should take responsibility. I know I haven't done enough or nearly enough to educate the consumer too. I mean, I do have certain experience and expertise in the field. It just, I think that I was like, okay, you know what? Here is Hooligan. It's fucking phenomenal. Now buy it.
Yeah.
But I think that, that the Hooligan is phenomenal because just like you sent me today, this shitty pre workout that you did, uh, and I'm looking at it and it's like 40 or $45. And I'm like, holy mother of God. But
Yeah.
I cannot fool you. I cannot fool you because you actually will turn the supplement
Yeah.
facts, you'll read, and you will make an educated decision. But if you're not, if you're one of those guys who are, I mean, there is always a side of you where you can be completely stupid and I cannot prove anything to you because you're just dumb.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're not dumb, you're just lacking education and experience in a field, but you're actually craving for me to explain to you the truth. This is where I come in,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
No, I
should
agree.
come in at least.
Yeah. I know. And I don't know if we'll ever get to the point where it's more educated versus non-educated, and it's sad.
I agree.
Um, does Robert get flattered or upset when people copy formulas and flavors?
Both.
Okay.
Both, because I mean, especially when you see that a number of companies are copying something that you do, it's very, very flattering. Listen, I mean, you can enter any space. You can enter a pre-workout, you can enter a pre-intra workout, you can do everything. And there are choices. There are like, I mean, you followed Apollon, you followed me for a while. You know my sort of signature moves. That they're
Yeah.
kind of familiar to what I do. But when you see another brand that never done anything like me, but doing something exactly like me, or even have a structure on a supplement facts that looks remote close to what I do, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Is it upsetting? Yes, because it takes time to formulate, it takes time to test it out, it takes time to work on it. And, somebody takes what you've done and, makes 5 or 10% changes to make it look like it's original. But I
Yeah.
mean, you can see it. So it is upsetting, of course. But again, on the other hand, then you realize, holy shit, but I was first. I'm the
Yeah.
original. They copying me. So fuck you. I'm still better than you because you're following in my footsteps. Are you taking some of my customers? Probably. Probably. But I'm still the original. You still the copycat.
Yeah. It's funny because like Dubai chocolate, I'm sure you weren't the first person to bring that here, not protein, but in general. I never heard of it until I saw it through you. And then like weeks later, I'm in Marshalls, I see the candy bars, I see everything. So I feel like it was like a surge of Dubai chocolate, like in anything and everything.
Well, with chocolate itself, of course, I'm not going to take credit because it was in certain supermarkets before that. But when it comes to the flavor, obviously,
Oh, sure.
it's a fact that Apollon Nutrition was the first one to introduce Dubai chocolate as a flavor. And then, literally, like, I think a month or two later, I saw some company shamelessly, like completely shamelessly, announcing we're the first on the market to do this.
Yes.
But to the credit of people that follow, people that know, I didn't say anything. I was just tagged to it and I didn't say a word. But seeing how many people said, you're not the first, Apollonies first, you're not the first, Apollonies first, that
Yeah.
obviously made me extremely happy and extremely proud. So I was like, well, fuck you, because now even your followers know about Apollon Nutrition and you're a much, much bigger company.
Yeah. I think I was part of that. I think it was an international company, but yeah, I think I was on that thread too, like kind of lighting them up.
Yeah.
Last one, and we'll finally get to the reviewers. Are you still excited about supplements as you were 10 years ago, starting this off?
Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did have a slight listen. We were still nominated for a brand of the year last year, but I was dealing with certain personal challenges and I was a little bit down and I was a little bit rocked,
Yeah.
so to speak. And I thought for a split second that I lost that edge, but then I kind of, remember, like, get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you. It wasn't about that. It was about me saying to myself, "Get up, you son of a bitch," because you owe it to yourself and people that truly love you. So I kind of snapped out of it very, very quickly, and I was like, "If I am at 70%, can still do well, I can do it 100% much better." And this is the reason for the new assassin. This is the reason for pre 99. This is the reason for the creativity. This is the reason for bloody hell. This is the reason for, upcoming chaos and Molotov, that are very, very different, but better in every aspect. I kind of snapped out of it and I love. And this is gonna sound maybe bad and I might be misunderstood. It's not the supplements that I love, it's the creativity that I love.
Okay.
It's the creative aspect that I love. It just happens to be that I'm in the supplements industry. and I can express my creative side here. Combine my love for the movies with with supplements and and I like to raise the bar. I'm very, very competitive, very
Yep.
competitive. And while people thinking like, you know what, he's competing with others, I don't compete with others. I compete with myself, because the day I don't do better than I did before is the day that I'm going to walk away.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. For the young generation, that was a Rocky reference. Someone was probably like, "Who the hell's Mickey?" For us old folks. All right. So, Robert, let's jump into the meat of the show here. Okay. Reviewers, in your mind, what makes a good reviewer, or is there a good reviewer in your mind?
There are good reviewers. There are very few. I
Okay.
mean, really few. But when it comes to being a reviewer, I think the key is honesty. I think that a lot of your reviewers are simply, and no offense, but it's just I can't find a better word. They just dumb. They
Okay.
inexperienced, they dumb, and they greedy, and they don't realize something, that by lying or being a sellout, you're actually hurting yourself. Yes, you might make extra buck, but at the same time, little by little, the followers will stop trusting you. There
Mm-hmm.
is a reason why Shane is doing so well, is because, I mean, you've met him. He's
Oh yeah.
honest. He's easygoing. I mean, he's very successful, but he's very, very easygoing, and he sticks to his formula of doing what he's doing, best. And all these copycats who are coming out and trying to be Shane, they fail. They fail
Yeah.
because they're chasing money. Don't chase
Mm-hmm.
money. Money will come. Be honest, be respectful, earn people's trust, and they will give you money. But the moment you
Yeah.
become biased, the moment you become greedy, the moment you stating lies and presenting them as facts, or you show that you lacking knowledge in the industry that you represent, you're fucked.
Yeah. I gotta tell
So
you,
yeah, so the answer is honesty. Simple answer.
so Shane and I had dinner one night. We had lunch the next night, or should they lunch, dinner, whatever it was. And the one thing him and I talked about this, he's got no competition. People might think they are,
No.
but even though he's got nobody nipping at his feet, he is still always reinventing the website, whether it's AI or whatever, SEO, whatever it is. Because he, even though there's nobody there, he's still trying to keep himself 100 miles away from the next person. He has not fallen back on his laurels, if that makes sense.
You know what? There were. I'll tell you a little story. I mean, it won't take much time. It's a fact actually. There were a few times where I was late with renderings for him to show him, that the product that we're going to be releasing, and I will say, "Fuck, you know what? We have to unveil it tomorrow." My graphic designer didn't make it on time, or something happened. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He will do the rendering for me, and not just rendering. He will do the graphic for me
Yep.
and post it. He goes, "No, I got you," and not for money. I don't pay him
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing. He just did it because he did it, and I think that that goes extra. That's the kind of person that you want to be associated with. That's the kind of person that you trust, and that's the kind of person that you want to do business with if you do.
He loves it. He does it for the love of the game, and obviously certain people like you, and he's got all the close friends that he loves you guys.
Yeah, no, and like I said, the feeling is mutual, and I mean, if anyone wants to be successful in this game, they should pay more attention.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's go. So I'm going to start off with the first reviewer I ever came across, Mr. Eddie, Mr. Muscle Players. He's no longer in existence. I know he kind of helped get you guys on the map, but I don't think there's anybody that has ever like did to that level. And if anybody doesn't know Eddie, he had costumes and masks and fireworks, and it was theatrics as well as the actual product. And I'm going to stop at that.
I agree. So about Eddie, I mean, he is not no longer in the game, but I'm gonna say this. Eddie was clueless when it came to supplements. Absolutely
Yeah,
fucking clueless. But it didn't hurt him. It didn't
yeah,
hurt him because Eddie was he never, as far as I remember, he never presented supplements as, oh, look, this is citrulline and this is this and this is that. He actually made it more of a entertainment.
yep,
It wasn't even a review. It was entertainment with masks and clowns and costumes and whatnot. It was more of a fun show to watch. You were watching it not for the reviews. You were watching it for Eddie. So,
yes.
and when it comes to as a review channel, he sucked.
Okay, agreed.
when it comes to pure entertainment that would put certain even products on a map, I'll give him an A plus. And
Yeah.
yes, I mean, he actually, along with TJ, helped popularize Assassin, even though he had no idea about one ingredient. I think other than caffeine and DMA, he didn't know shit.
Yeah. So he's missed. I don't know where he is. I haven't spoken to him in years. I hope he's still alive. All right. So let's start off with Fitness Informant. I know he's kind of less on the reviews now, but I don't know if I know you guys have kind of mended fences. Let's be honest. You guys had a little bit of odds.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So when I started in the industry, Fitness Informant couldn't stand me. I couldn't stand him. I mean, Ryan does things for money. That's what he does. When it came to reviews, he doesn't do necessarily reviews. I would actually defend him now and say he does more of a content, but he does state that it's a content.
Yeah.
He doesn't present it, oh, this is the best product on the market. This is great. This is the best pre-workout. This is the best. I mean, he's done it at one point, and that's when I didn't agree with him. So maybe he changed his ways because of me. I mean, I would like to take some credit for it, but when you get to know Ryan, we actually texted just the other day. He's a stand-up guy. In
Yeah.
fact, when he knew that I'm going to do this, he goes to me, go for it. Go
Okay.
for it. He actually fully supported me. I would say I call Ryan a friend. Ryan is a friend. He's a great businessman. What he's done with Fit Butters
Oh,
is
forget it.
absolutely tremendous. He's a hardworking individual. I don't know if it's fair to put him as a review guy. I would actually call him more of a content creator. But listen, he gets paid. He does content, and he doesn't, at least recently, as far as I know, he doesn't really overstep. He did used to.
Yeah.
He used to
Yeah.
overstep for sure. He used to go a little bit too far and glorify certain products that he shouldn't glorify, and that was my disagreement with him. But and I will still disagree with that. But when it comes to as a person, he's a great guy. Very intelligent, highly intelligent,
Yeah.
and a great businessman. So I'm not going to give him a grade or anything like that. All I will say is that. His content is solid. It's
Mm-hmm.
well presented, and especially he had a couple of people helping him out. And I, honestly, like I said, we had our difference, water under the bridge. Right now, he pretty much doesn't do it so much because he focuses on other businesses. So I don't know if it's fair to, he's kind of like Eddie. He still kind of is, but he's involved in other things.
Yeah. No, so I have to just agree with you too. As a businessman, what he's done for Fit Butters, it's like every time I see something on LinkedIn or his site, it's like just open up another store, another store, another store, or another company. So kudos to him. I mean, I
Yeah,
think he's
no, I
probably one
have
of the
I have
leaders.
nothing but respect for Ryan as an individual, as a businessman. As a content creator, I'll actually also will rank him very high. As a reviewer, the reviews that he's done, I'm not. They were actually done very professionally,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of like overhyping certain things because he's getting paid, and I never agreed when he used to do an award for a best brand because it was always somebody that paid him.
Yeah.
But he did say that he worked with them, so kind of like I'm on the fence whether to attack him here or not. I mean, because he was kind of straightforward about it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up with Lucas? I guess the newest guy on the block here.
Lucas. So Lucas is a good guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he's definitely a good guy. Ryan just texted me, "Fucking beard game on point." Hey Ryan, thank you. I told you we are friends. I have nothing but respect for him. We're actually looking forward to finally getting together for dinner. Lucas is a newer guy, a newer generation. He's a good guy. We interacted a few times, and he actually even helped Apollon out quite a bit. When it comes to his content and his reviews, I'm not the biggest fan. I'll
Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan, mainly because in my opinion, when you review products, you should actually break down the products, especially if it's supplements.
Mm-hmm.
I think he heavily
Okay.
emphasizes flavors, and he gets excited about flavors more than the product. So I'm pretty sure that there is audience for it. But we make products that, and again, he spoke only very well about Apollon, and I appreciate that tremendously. Again, I think he's a great guy. I
Yeah.
have nothing bad to say about him. It just his particular reviews are not exactly aligned with my views about what reviewers should be doing.
Sure.
because I think you should be breaking down the product a little bit better. And just reading what the product consists of, I don't think it's enough. Because
Sure.
you know what? I mean, maybe the steak at the restaurant is a great steak, but if it only has 2 ounces of steak, I'm sorry, you're not going to go very far with 2 ounces of steak. You really
Yeah.
want a good 8, 10, 12 ounce of steak so you can feel satisfied, that you actually had a meal and not just an appetizer. So, if he's reading a supplement facts, because sometimes he does, and he says, well, this, has 300 milligram of alpha GPC. 300 of alpha GPC, mainly it's 50%. That's 150 milligram of alpha GPC.
Yep.
That's a textbook for being underdosed.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're reviewing a product, you should actually tell people. I understand if there is money involved or something like that, then say it so. But I think that people should know more than just flavor. Today there are a lot of good flavors. Today the flavors game went up a lot. Our
Yeah.
flavors that used to suck, our flavors for most part are amazing. I mean, you've tried them, but
Yes.
I don't pride myself just on flavor. I pride on myself on the fact that we are fully transparent, which very few companies still do when it comes to protein.
Mm-hmm.
Very few. I mean, you can count them on maybe one or two hands, and that's it. Yet there are thousands of companies. So I think that, again, what he does, and if it works out, that's good for him. It just, I like a little bit better breakdown. That's what I would like to see, a better breakdown of products. And again,
Yeah.
I'm saying it respectfully. As a person, I like Lucas a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I had dinner with him at the Arnold. I'm sorry, lunch dinner with him and his girlfriend a couple of years back. A good guy. I mean, he's making a name for himself. He's being successful. So, but I agree. I think maybe a little bit more of a better breakdown.
Yep.
Our good friend, Mr. Dave Cook, up here in my neck of the woods.
See, that when it comes to Dave, it's very hard to criticize him because he's such a nice guy. Dave is really one of the nicest, most polite, sweetest, respectful,
He's
great
the,
guys.
he's the son you want.
Yes. But you know what? Even though I consider Dave a friend. We text each other. Again, but I have to be transparent because that's the only way I know. I like his reviews. I like his catchphrases. I like that. Uh, but I have to say this. I would say 90%, if not 95% of the products he reviews, he says that they get his approval.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, how many products on the market should get approval? I don't think 95%.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that percentage should be a lot lower. And maybe that's just him because I know Dave doesn't necessarily get paid. I know that he's not greedy. I know that he is educated, smart, intelligent, sweet, polite guy. It just, I would like to see a little bit more character from him and a
Yeah.
little bit more stand up for the industry because I know how much he loves the industry
Yep.
and call out those that make products. And I've seen him review some products that I was like, oh, Dave, come on, you can do
Yeah.
better. And some of the products that he reviewed, I know for a fact that there is no way because he's actually very knowledgeable when it comes to ingredients. He's
Yep.
very knowledgeable when it comes to products. And I don't think, like, if I see a product, like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to say Apollon. I'm going to say NutriBio. I'm going to
Okay.
say NutriBio because it's a solid company. If you're reviewing NutriBio and you're reviewing something like Muscle Tech, I don't think that they should be praised or talked in the same way. I'm not saying that he did.
No, no, of course.
I'm using it as an example. Because NutriBar is going to be very hard to find something wrong with them. It's possible.
Yep.
They also have flaws. Everybody has flaws, but it's going to be very hard, especially when it comes to formulas, to ingredients, to dosages, to transparency. Especially, it's going to be very hard to pick on NutriBio. On Muscle Tech, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There are a few things. Cellucor, Muscle Tech, those companies, they are mainstream companies, and I think that they should be reviewed a little bit different. And I think the consumers should be getting the full scoop. So in a nutshell, I would just like to see a little bit more aggression from Dave and a
Yeah.
little bit more character and a little bit more personality. Being nice guy, nothing wrong with it. I think I'm a nice guy, but I'm outspoken, nice guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So, some of the things that I say might be offensive to you, even though, I mean, I've criticized just now few people. I don't think I've done it in a rude way. I
No.
mean, if somebody's going to push me to be rude, yeah, I can be an asshole and I can be your worst nightmare. Just don't do it. But I'm saying it respectfully. I would like Dave to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, and I can tell you from conversation with Dave, he doesn't make a dime. I mean, everything's out of the goodness of his
Oh,
heart.
no, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Okay, good old Review Brothers. Two-time brand of the year with them.
Well, in full transparency, first of all, I have to say that they are my friends. Both Craig and Aaron are my friends, and they are part of that group, although they're very young, that helped kind of put Apollon on a map, specifically in UK. But in my humble opinion, they definitely among the best there are still. I don't think
Okay.
they're doing as much as they used to because I know they're about to launch their own pre-workout.
Oh,
And yeah, they're about to do that. So they're a little bit more involved with that aspect of the business. But when it comes to reviews, I mean, they break down each and every ingredient fantastically. I mean,
yep.
a lot of people should take a page from their book. They absolutely fucking phenomenal. Their knowledge is beyond anything, any doubt. Um, they break down the flavors as well, but they don't fixate on flavors. They also break down the prices, which not many people do. And if the
Yes.
price is high, they will call you out. If the price is justifiably high, they will praise you and they will explain why the price is high. So, in my opinion, I would still rank them probably number one. They're sharing a spot
Okay.
with somebody else, which will come to it. But I
Okay.
would say Review Brothers are my probably number one. Yeah.
Okay. And I have to agree. I met them at one of the seminars, and super nice guys. I mean,
Very
I don't
nice
need to put
guys,
them
very
over.
knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. And I don't want people to think because they're my friends, I'm praising them. That's not the case. We even had an argument, a disagreement when it comes to a daily driver conversation. We even got on a phone call because of that. But it
Okay.
was done in such a respectful manner. We truly, I mean, for better word, we love each other. Like we are friends.
Yeah.
We are friends. I'm looking forward for them to visit. I'm looking forward to go to UK and hang out with them. But just all in all, I think when it comes to reviews, a lot of people should take an example how the reviews should be done.
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing, like you said, though, that I don't know if any other reviewers compare price points. And I think that's the one asset that they bring to the
They
table,
compare
aside from
everything.
other
They
things.
have the price point, they have the flavor, they have
Yep.
performance aspect, they rate everything, and initially they break down each and every ingredient, and they know each and every ingredient, and they will call you out if that ingredient is shit.
Yeah, exactly. Good old goated, good old Sammy.
Um, hmm.
Oh, some hesitancy. Are we playing too close to the money?
No, I mean
Okay.
we actually do work with Goated, so I should be praising them, but I'm not going to. I'm
Okay.
not going to praise them. I think that you know, number one, Sammy is a good guy. KJ, I've met a few times, great guy. We had him on the show. He's a great guy too.
Yep.
But I mean, the bias towards Inspired and obviously KJ's brand is pretty apparent. And I
Mm-hmm.
do understand that it's very, very hard to rank products, especially when you make them. So if I would have a review channel, I would review products and I would give awards, which is like the number one product, number two, number three, my top five, and I put my own products in it. I mean, if my product deserves it, then so be it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying those products are bad. By all means, no, they're good products. But constantly being in top two, top three, top five, it just does not look authentic for a review channel. I'll give you an example, and this is not to brag. When I was judging a show, because I was judging NPC shows for 7 years, sorry, for 7 years, and I was coaching people too.
Yep.
If there was a person competing on stage that I coached, I did not judge that person. I did not judge that round.
Sure.
I took myself out because I don't want anyone to come to me and say, well, of course he got first or second or third place, and I was training Irina Veselova, who was competing. I remember at the very first Gold Classic in New Jersey. She became a pro, had one of the best conditionings, and there was shitload of girls on stage, and she was among them. And I kind of like moved my chair, and the head judge goes to me, "Why did you move your chair?" I said, "Well, I'm not judging this round." He goes to me, "Why not?" I was like, "Because I'm going to give her first place." He goes to me, "Relax, we all giving her first place." I said, that's great." I said, "I'm still not judging this." So if you have a product, it's kind of like there are children. It's like having an ugly child, and you're gonna say your child is the most beautiful child in the world. Remember, like that episode from Seinfeld. You
Kiss
know,
the baby.
if the baby is ugly, the baby is ugly, but to you, it's going to be the prettiest baby in the world. And then I think that I think go that they kind of chasing it. And I told Sammy, I told him in full transparency, I told him, I said, like, guys, you
Yeah.
chasing, and you're a little bit too anxious, which is good to be driven, but do it right. In the last couple of weeks, and I told this to Carolina as well, they do best releases of the week, best releases of the week, best release of the week. I've seen Apollon
Okay.
maybe once or twice. I'm like, really? I mean, and then I see a product by a company that I know that they are very close with, and they calling it best nootropic pre-workout of the year or something, or of the month of the year, and I'm like, did you see Time Cop?
Yeah.
Because we work with you, but did you see Time Cop? Like, is there anyone who can compete with Time Cop? No, and forget about Time Cop. Jake from NutriCartel, he has a very good product that is very good nootropic product. He was not ranked. Maybe he doesn't do business with them or something like that. But come on, I mean, let's be honest. Let's stick to being
Yeah.
honest. And you ranking energy drink after energy drink after energy drink in a supplement space. I mean, it's an energy drink. All it fucking has is caffeine and flavor.
Bingo.
Because other than Ghost and Gorilla Mind, nobody has any other ingredients. They just have fucking caffeine and a flavor.
Yep.
So have a separate space for flavor, kind of like Shane has. Shane has his drinks, he has his functional foods, he has his international award, and he has his brand of the year.
Yep.
Separate them. It's only going to be fair. So I thought that Goated's gonna do better, in my opinion, maybe financially, maybe customer wise, they doing well. But in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I think it's a little bit on the bias side. I don't fully agree with it. And I think from what I see and hear, I'm not the one who's seeing it. I think it should be a little bit more unbiased, because then that's how you get the credibility. That's how you get,
Yeah.
I might not like you, but if you have a good brand, I'm still going to use your brand because it's good.
Yep.
So that's the thing. So I mean, I expected a little bit more from Goated, to be honest.
Okay.
And since I have to keep it transparent, I think that I'm a little bit disappointed, because I would expect a little bit more credibility and being unbiased. Maybe because they're young, maybe they're inexperienced, maybe they're very anxious or very hungry for success. It's just, I think that should slow down a little bit, and maybe take a page from even Ryan or Review Brothers. When it comes to breaking down the supplements.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough. So this is an interesting one because I know you sent me a lot of this list there. Our good friend Eric Schwartz. He's a very
Yeah,
light
I was
reviewer.
surprised that Eric Schwartz, that people asked about Eric Schwartz. We actually got a couple of them, people asking about him. Um, Eric is Eric is an industry veteran. Let's
Yes.
say that. He's an industry.
He's seasoned.
Yeah, he's seasoned. So Eric is definitely somebody who's been around for a very long time, and people within the industry have tremendous. I don't know one person who doesn't like Eric.
No.
That's such a unique personality that I don't know one person who doesn't respect or doesn't like him. Such a genuinely good, honest guy. I mean, when I see him, every time, no matter what I do, I have to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
He's not greedy. He's not, he actually does something completely different. He's not working in the supplement industry anymore,
Yeah.
but yet he's still so passionate. He buys products himself, and he reviews them for fun, because he cares about the industry, and because he likes it so much, and because he's so passionate about it. And you know um I think his reviews are on point. I like the fact that when he reviews, for example, energy drinks, I like the fact that he always makes a point of saying, this is not my cup of tea. He's
Yeah.
not going to say that it's shit. He's not going to say that it's disgusting. He's not going to say that it's bad or anything like that. He will respectfully say that it's just not for him. It's not typically his flavor. And
Yep.
that's it. But when it comes to breaking down the formulas and ingredients, he's phenomenal. I'm even going to say this. When I entered the space, Eric used to work for Animal for Universal Nutrition, and Universal offices are literally down the street from Apollon. And he would stop by sometimes at Apollon. He would work out. He would have his barbell club at the gym sometimes. And we were friends for many years. And when I told him that I want to start a supplement line, he took his time, came to the gym, was talking to me, was explaining to me, was actually guiding me, giving me his opinion. And, I can't rank him really as a reviewer because he does it more like a hobby. He doesn't get shit for it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Eric, anything he says, any review that he does, you can bet your ass it's genuine and comes from the heart.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a plug here. So if you have any pets, any dogs, go to pawpowernutrition.com. But yes, Eric, just like you said, Eric and Shane are so selfless. They'll drop anything at the drop of a hat to help you, help me, whatever it is. Whenever I go to visit you, Eric's like, I'll take off work from early. Let's go work out. Let's have dinner. Let's have a meal.
That's
And
the type
I've
of
met
person
Eric
he
through you,
is.
and I respect the hell out of him.
That's the type of person he is.
Supplement Snoop.
Justin is again, I have to say it just, for the record, Justin is a friend, but he's not a reviewer.
No.
He is not a content creator. He has his own supplement Snoop group, and it's actually, a lot of very loyal, faithful followers that like and respect Justin. I'll say this: when it comes to knowledge about supplements and ingredients, Justin is among the best,
Okay.
without a doubt. I consult with him sometimes. I'll pick his brain sometimes, and he'll always give me an honest answer. If I need a phone call, if I need to talk to him, he's always there for me. We had one conflict once that was resolved literally within 30 minutes. It started off like a fucking time bomb. I think if we were, in a room together, one of us would be probably dead because
Right.
it got bad. I was like, it escalated so fast, you know. I don't know, maybe because we both have aggressive personality, or maybe because I have an aggressive personality and he just reacted to mine. I don't know, but it escalated very, very quickly. Just as it escalated very quickly, I think following that, we became actually better friends.
Okay.
His knowledge is tremendous. And I will say this, he actually helped me with a bunch of supplements, giving me his advice, including with Bloody Hell.
Okay.
So I have nothing but respect for him. I'm not going to rank him as a reviewer, so I'm not going to criticize him because there is nothing to criticize. The guy knows his shit. Watch his videos, watch his Q&A. You might learn something. That's it.
Yeah, when I see Justin, I think it's more of, hey, this is a new product from X company, from Y company. Here's the highs, here's the lows. If you want it, great. If not, I'm using it. I like it. That's
Yeah,
how
I
I think he
agree.
does it.
I agree.
Let's see. Garage Gym Homie. The only reviewer that looks like $1,000,000. And I hate to say that against anybody else.
You know what? This is another guy that we started off on a rough patch. It was me. I tore him to shit.
You called him
I
a
I,
moron, I think, and a few other words.
I fucking destroyed him. And so it was the most interesting conflict because it was one-way conflict. It wasn't a two-way, it was one-way conflict. I was attacking him, I was tearing him to pieces. The guy comes back to me, I love you, I admire you,
Yep.
I respect your opinion. I should learn more about the industry. I should learn about more about ingredients. I'm like, Jesus fuck, you make it impossible to hate you,
Like
and I
you just
was
got to
like,
stick together.
you know, he wishes me good Sabbath every week almost. He will send me a random "I love you" and and happy holidays. It's the most unique personality I've seen. But you're right, this guy walks walks the talk because I mean he clearly works out. He is a garage gym homie. That's exactly what he is. He does work out. He puts in the time. He puts in the work. He's respectful, extremely polite,
Yes.
extremely honest when it comes to his past. I actually, a few times when his past came up, I apologized to him for bringing it up, and he would always be totally okay with it, totally understanding. Um, and I'll tell you this, and he said to me something recently, a few months ago, where he said, I am more knowledgeable than I used to be. I'm learning. And
Okay.
it's an honest truth. He is learning. You can see it's in his reviews how much he evolved.
Yep.
And when somebody evolves, because we talked about it about an hour ago, when I see evolution, when I see somebody's getting better, how the fuck can you criticize somebody like that? You
Yep.
can't. He has a bit of Eddie in him because he's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
His reviews are definitely not boring. He is, I'd say he's honest because there are a couple of products that he absolutely destroyed, and
Yep.
they were by reputable companies, and he just didn't give a shit. I remember his reviews about Radcon, and I was
Oh
like, holy
yeah.
shit, he fucking destroyed that company with his reviews. Um, I'm not gonna say anything negative about Ari because I think that he is good at what he does. He admits when it comes to his flaws.
Yep.
He does improve constantly. He tries to improve. And I think that that's what he does with his life. You know, after he was done with his past, ever since then, he grew a great channel. He got a lot of
Yep.
followers. He got a lot of respect. I don't know one person who dislikes him. Well,
No.
I,
No.
I, I admire the shit out of that guy. He got married. He has a beautiful family. You know, I mean, and as for these reviews, all I'm going to wish for him is to keep getting better and keep evolving. But that is something that I would wish for anyone. You know, just keep the evolution going, keep getting better and better and better at what you do. Sky is the limit. But I think that, yeah, he's definitely among the top reviewers today. And I give him credit for how far he's come.
He's living proof that there is a second chance for people. We'll just leave it at
Hundred
that.
percent, 100%. That's an influencer, by the way.
Yes. And the fact that you can ask him anything, and he is an open book. He'll tell you
He
about
is.
his woman, his bad days in prison, and his drug usage, and how he's full circled it now. So again, kudos to him.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it probably people would expect me to criticize him in a negative way, but I'm not gonna do it.
All right, good, good. Eurosubs. I follow him a little bit, but you're probably more in tune with Eurosubs than I am.
Best writer in a game. I mean, apart from Shane, because I think that they do completely different things. To
Yep,
me, they're both at the very, very top. They number one and number one. When it comes to reviews and knowledge of ingredients and the breakdown of ingredients, he doesn't do video as far as I know, but he does Q&A, and I know he writes. And even Marina, who usually is not kind of into this, when she read his reviews, she goes to me, holy shit, he can write. I mean, she gave
yeah,
him huge praise. The guy is, number one, he is a very good guy. I mean, every guy that I mentioned, I mean, they good people. It's just
sure.
to a certain degree, I disagree with certain things, how they do or what they do, but I mean it in a respectful way. I mean, if any one of them wants to kind of get back and attack me, I would highly advise against it. In full transparency, that would backfire very, very quickly, and I will not be nice then. But Eurosubs, I mean, he's great. He's great. His reviews are great. His knowledge is great. I have nothing but good things to say about him. I think he should do a little bit more. That's my only criticism.
Yep.
But he kind of told me what he does for a living, and he's very, very. I assume he's busy,
Okay.
and this is something more like a passion or hobby. I mean, obviously, he doesn't get any money for it, but I would definitely like to see more guys like him, people that write and kind of, really put in the work, because the more we have people, the honest people like him that break down the ingredients and supplements and products, the better the industry is going to be served, because we need
Agreed.
honesty. This is what this industry lacks: honesty. There's way too much bias. There's way too much lies. There's way too much greed. There is too much monetization for lies. And I think that if that stops or gets minimized or gets called out, you have to do it. You have to do it, because otherwise you kind of helping um, the negativity and
Yep.
and the bad kind of spread. So yeah, he's fantastic.
Last one, and probably the newest man on the block, High Stim Ace. Good old 6'8" of him, or however tall he was, or is.
Yeah, I didn't expect that he's gonna be so tall.
He's evolving. I'll say that, because I know when we look at when he first started, he was like in his looked like a little workbench at the workout bench in the corner of his bedroom, and now at least his setting is a little bit more professional.
So I'll say this: when he came first on the scene, um, I somebody sent me a video of him criticizing Hooligan, and the only thing I remember, he was not wrong, by the way, that Hooligan tasted like shit. And he was like very, very much against it, and he hated it. And but I mean, the criticism was not. I mean, the criticism was not very nice. And I think that the fact that, but what he said about the flavor was not wrong.
Yeah,
But in his defense, he was a new guy. He
yeah.
didn't know any better. He had what, 2.5 followers or something. He had nobody. So the guy. But you have to look at it again today, just kind of like we talked about Ari. The guy evolved a lot.
Yep.
He learned a lot. He does know ingredients. He does. I know he sends me messages almost on a daily basis. We talk about movies. He's a huge movie buff, especially horror. To me, he's been nothing but respectful. He's been very generous, genuine. He never asked me for money. So, I never paid him anything, never done anything like that. He genuinely likes Apollon products, genuinely.
Yes.
But I was waiting for him to say it, because I thought, is he going to come out and say it or not? Will he have the balls to do it or not? And he came out and he said it. He goes to me, well, Time Cop tasted like shit. He says, but the
The
new
new
one's
one?
no, the old one,
Oh, the
the
old.
old one, the
Okay.
old one.
Okay.
But I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. Is he gonna try to hide it from me, thinking that maybe I didn't see or didn't know?
Yeah.
He had the balls to come and say it. Time Cup sucked when it comes to flavors. It was absolutely disgusting. And he was like, well, this Time Cup is impressive when it comes to flavor. And he does break down the products. um, I did not fully agree with the proprietary blend product that he reviewed, I think, recently.
Yeah.
That was kind of something that again, it's just it's a personal thing for me. If I see prop blend, it's an automatic no for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though it might actually give you results, I mean, that's the reason why 2 years ago on April's Fools, I released a proprietary blend, and
I remember.
everybody was
Yeah.
saying like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "Relax, I'm actually going to reveal the formula," and I did reveal the formula, and they were like, "Shut the fuck up," because I mean, it was a fucking joke, you idiots. So proprietary blends are not my thing. So that was the only slight, and I mean slight hiccup in my book, but that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to reviewing products, when it comes to growing the channel, when it comes to passion, when it comes to, and he will review proteins, which not many people do in that space particularly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he will review proteins. He will point out to, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I respect that. Like, to me, Isaac is, he also talks openly about, just like Ari did with his demons and his battles. Isaac will talk about the fact that he struggled with weight, that he's trying to get in shape,
Yeah.
and recently when he stopped by the seminar, the guy lost shitload of weight,
Yeah. I think he
shitload of
told me
weight.
30 or 35. I might be
And
completely
that
wrong, but
is
something.
that is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
So I know he goes to the gym, I know he works out, I know he's trying to get better. His reviews, they came up a lot. And again, I I cannot fucking speak negatively about somebody who's getting better.
Yeah.
I would say I would I would go as far as calling him a friend because he's been very friendly to me. He's been very nice to me. He's been friendly to the entire Apollon team, and he's been nothing but respectful. And with any friend, you have ups and downs. We didn't start off as enemies. I just didn't care much for him, and he clearly didn't
Yeah.
care much for me, I guess, which is fine. But once the formal introduction was made and we got to talk, and we found out that we have a lot in common when it comes to movies, and we both Jewish and we both love food. I mean, there was a lot of there was a lot of things in common. I have to give him the respect that he deserves. The guy came up a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I'm just gonna blanket this out here because I got out of the review game because I felt that was too robotic. I just figured, you know what, leave it to everybody else. But I feel sometimes some of the reviews, it's very robotic.
I agree.
It's the same setting, it's the same background. Insert product, insert citrulline, insert this and that and that. I would just love to see some different scenery, some different action, something. That's just me. If anybody's
Well,
listening,
yeah, because the thing, I mean, let's be honest. When you watch a review of I mean, what do we watch reviews of? I watch a lot of movie reviews. That's
sure.
my thing, and we all have our favorite reviewers. When I watch a review about the movie, number one, it's if you're a reviewer, it's your opinion. So the movie can be good or bad, but you're entitled to your opinion. You might like certain genre that I don't like. You might like certain actor that. So that's a subject of opinion. With
Yep.
supplements, it's actually a lot easier. It's not about opinion. The only opinion we can have, if we're both knowledgeable, we can have opinion on the flavor. I might find a certain flavor good, you might find a certain flavor bad. I might like strawberries, and you might like, I don't know, apples.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's subjective, and you should come out and say, like, well, this personally, this is my flavor, this is not. But it's not subjective when it comes to ingredients and dosages. There is nothing subjective about it.
Yeah.
The information is there, whether you want to use Google or ask somebody, or not be lazy and and do a little bit of research. The information is there, so there is no opinion.
Yep.
If you're an honest reviewer, give people that are not knowledgeable, to give them the full truth. If you see that there is 150 milligram of what you call it, of alpha GPC, then tell them this particular pre-workout tastes phenomenal in my opinion. I'm a
Yep.
big fan of this flavor. However, with 150 milligram of alpha GPC, it's a little bit on the light side. You don't have to be a dick, but state the truth.
Sure.
This is a little bit on the lighter side. This is not exactly a clinical dose. This is not something that, that's supposed to be at that dosage, and citrulline here, there's a citrulline malate. Oh, look, citrulline malate, 6 grams. Great clinical dose, well, yes, because it's the typical dose is what, 3 to 8, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
Three
48.
to
Yeah.
10, but 3 is already good. But 6 grams of citrulline malate, did you explain to people that 2-to-1 ratio of citrulline to malic acid means that it's not 6 grams of citrulline, it's 4 grams of citrulline? Did you
Yep.
explain that to them? So the product that has 6 grams of citrulline malate and product that has 6 grams of pure citrulline, they're two completely different things. One has 6, the other one has 4, even though it says 6. But did you tell your audience that pure citrulline is still better than citrulline malate? Did you tell them that the reason why they're using citrulline malate versus citrulline, because citrulline with malic acid is actually cheaper than
Yep.
pure citrulline? Did you explain that? Because I'm sure your audience would love to know that information more than, oh, look, this tastes just like Jolly Rancher. Oh my God, this tastes phenomenal. Oh, this is the best tasting protein. This is the best tasting pre workout. They buy pre workout for the performance aspect. So if they want to have focus, the 600 milligram of alpha GPC is the bare minimum that should be there. It's
Yep.
actually 600, I believe, to 1200 in a 50% ratio. So that means 300 to 600 of actual alpha GPC. But if it stays 300, then it's actually 150 milligram. So
Yep.
you just praised an underdose product, but you gave it praise that it tastes fucking phenomenal. So either you yourself are clueless and can be called out on the fact that you are clueless, or you got paid and they told you to glorify a product that doesn't deserve it, and a product that that was made for $5. You just made it sound like it's a $10 product that is sold for 40, but they selling a $5 product for $40. They
Yep.
making shitload of money. So the extra few dollars went to you just so you could actually mislead the consumer. So shame on you because you actually a fucking liar.
Yep. Yep. I agree. I agree. So we got Ray, our good friend Ray here chiming in. He said, what tweaks are going to be done to Desperado? Anything you want to let out of the bag?
No, I don't. And I
Screw you,
won't.
Ray.
Yeah. Shame on you, Ray. You know me better than that. You can DM me and I'll tell you a little secret, but I'm not gonna fucking say it here. Nice try though.
So I think it's this for me. What do you want reviewers to do differently when reviewing products besides a change of scenery? So Ray, for me, once in a while, do a bad review. I mean, let's be
Yes.
honest, do a bad review. Like for me, it's gonna sound weird. When I go to Amazon and look at products, if there's 1,000 reviews and they're all 5 stars, I think it's shady. I want to see some 1s and 2s to see that the product's not perfect. So I hope that kind of helps a little bit, Ray.
You know what? We're talking about movies and we're talking about supplements, but there is food reviewers. So one of the reviewers that is gaining a lot of popularity, especially here in the tri-state area, his name is Joshua. And he literally had like maybe 2 or 3 or 5,000 followers or something like that. Right now, I think he's at 100 or more or something like that. I mean, he is getting popular very, very quickly, extremely quickly. And I'm pretty sure he's making a living off of it too now because he is just gaining popularity. I highly recommend that you follow him.
Okay.
I know him personally, but the guy's reviews about food, he gives them like little grades, just like Review Brothers do. But he will not hesitate to say that food, in his opinion, sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
He actually recently, and of course, somebody like that has my utmost respect. He was flown to Nashville, Tennessee to review a chicken place,
Wow.
and he gave it a bad review.
The chicken place pay for him, obviously, to do
They
it?
pay, they paid for him to go
Wow.
to Tennessee. They paid for him to go to Tennessee. They paid for his expenses. They paid him to go there because it's time to review. And he gave it a bad review. And during the review, he said, I actually prefer the chicken in New Jersey.
As long as it didn't say KFC chicken in New Jersey.
No, 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 no. I think it's the same. I think it's actually the same chain, but
Yeah,
they have
okay.
actually. I could be wrong, but well, he basically trashed the place, and he said the chicken is dry, the seasoning is not good, and he said like he's not impressed. What do you think is going to happen when it comes to reviews? I'm going to trust that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust that guy. Those guys are probably pissed at him,
Oh, hell
and they're
yeah.
probably furious, and they gonna fucking hate him. But what about everybody else?
Yeah.
Everybody else is gonna have nothing but tremendous respect for him, especially customers, which means more followers, which means more business. It's just common sense. Be fucking honest.
Yep. Yep. So Ray, also to answer your question too about change of scenery, let's see more Masha in some review videos. How about that? Okay, we've got a couple of more trickling in here. Liquid L-Carnitine with GBB Apollon style in the future. I don't know if I want
Uh,
I don't know if
I,
I'd want GBB. I don't know if I want GBB and like L-Carnitine though. I don't know.
I've seen it in a couple of formulas. I mean, I would go for it. Yeah, I mean, 3,000 milligram of L-carnitine tartar, something 3, 4, um, and some GBB. I think that's great. You're definitely going to feel the thermogenic effect. If the dosages are proper. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. Actually, contemplating doing it. So yeah, I'm all for it.
That seems to be big right now. A lot of liquid carnitines. I know Cutler has his own line and he's blowing it up on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, if the dosage is sufficient, I mean, L-carnitine in injectable form works, of course, much better and more efficiently.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as a supplement, 2, 3, 4,000 milligram, I don't think anything wrong with it. I think it's a solid product.
Robert, one of the other questions I can't find it. Do you have any issues with the amount of nitrates going into the bloody hell?
Yeah, I even know who asked that question. That has to do with the fact that that how did I get the approval from Ron Kramer? You know what? To be honest with you, that's the upper echelon, like that's pushing the limit to the top.
Okay.
So he did allow us to have it. He also wanted something that will help with nitrates, with antioxidants and stuff like that. So this is where my good friend Justin Justin Hall came in and he, pointed out to including vitamin C, and we actually saw some studies on that would help out tremendous from the health point. So once we presented that to Ron Kramer and we discussed it, and that was pretty much a done deal.
So to digress for a minute, so Jason Arntz and I talked about him and some of Ron Kramer dealings. So how does that work if you want to use one of his, I guess, trademarked ingredients? You go to him, permission, contract, and then go to your manufacturer? Like, how does that work?
Um,
I don't know
Ron
if
is
you,
Ron is
and if you can't answer, that's fine.
I mean, a lot of people think that Ronnie is a difficult person, and I'm actually going to say that yes, Ronnie is not an easy person to deal with. But in all honesty, Ron has shown me nothing but respect, love, support, and he's been genuinely even sort of a mentor in certain aspect to me, and he's been nothing but good to me. So I can answer for other people, but I can say my dealings with him have been nothing but pretty good. He's very opinionated, so if he doesn't like something or he's going to say no, more than likely it's going to be a no.
Okay.
Also very stern, very old school guy. And, when you talk to him, like I actually talked to him today and I said to him that, there are a couple of formulas that I want to use. And he said to me, you know the drill, send me the formula. If there are ingredients that I don't allow with nitrates because I don't like the ingredients or the shit or whatever, or I don't like the certain dosages, he's not going to approve it. If he approves it, then you take it to the manufacturer for a quote, and
Okay.
manufacturer is going to quote you. Ron's going to obviously charge for the product whatever he charges. And if all in agreement, with the cost, with the price, with Ron, with the manufacturer, you go to flavoring, and that's pretty much done deal.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we got Bloody Hell on Halloween, 2 days, right?
Mhm.
Anything else you want to release as we wind down or talk about?
We plan to release in November 2 more products at least. One of them is going to be a flavor of Apollon Gym Classic, which is a very,
Okay.
very popular pre-workout. I know you like it a lot.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to release that. And then everybody was asking about French apple tart. There was a lot of questions about that. So very interesting. We're actually going to post a teaser, I think, tomorrow or something. Collaboration with Masha is coming up also around Thanksgiving.
Okay. Love it.
Hopefully we make it on time, but yeah, so something pretty cool is coming up.
Okay, perfect. And I'll let a little teaser out of the bag here. So ROBIK, Masha, and myself are working on hopefully a little webinar series that's going to focus a little bit more on Masha the person. Stay tuned for that, and hopefully Masha, you're still watching, and hopefully we can make this reality here very soon. But ROBIK, I saw you 2 weeks ago. It's good to see you again, my friend.
Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. I think this is actually was one of my favorite episodes.
Well, perfect. As always, guys, ApollonNutrition.com, AnarchyLabs.com, and I'm so sorry. What is K's brand again? Jesus.
Body by K.
Body by K. And as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.